You guys are kind. You're really helping my self-confidence. No one goes, yeah, you're the only person who stutters, Mr. Tyler. Everyone else speaks
I
fluently.
can never be.
Okay. Jessica, last step here is going to be what? Yeah, good, okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to divide everything by negative x and what?
Divide by negative x.
Negative 8, sorry. By negative 8 and flip. So hopefully the answer in the back of the book here is x is greater than negative, sorry, x is greater than negative 1/8. That's what it hopefully should be.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, the notice where, sorry, questions 1, 2, yes.
All the answers,
Right. Okay, I'll try one of these and make sure that we're good, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Did that? I got a different, like I got the same answer, but like I didn't get I got -2/16.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Okay, so the question was, if you get -2/16, that's the same as 1/8 in those terms,
But
right?
like how come I got it different?
Probably what happened was, I have no idea. I think what you did this in 2 steps. Like you multiplied by 4 first, and then you call this 4/2, and then you go times by 2 to get rid of the, you know what I mean, to get rid of that. So instead of simplifying 4/2 into 2, right, then you multiply by 2 again to get rid of the fraction.
Is that wrong?
That's still fine. Just as long as you lose half a mark, because 2/16 isn't simplified.
Yeah, like I put it down.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, remember, this is where I was joking, and Liam liked this yesterday, right? Remember how algebra works? You can get from the top to the bottom of the hill in many different ways, right? I try and take you down the funny hill, right? So if you guys want to go down, I like that we use that, whatever hill you can do. All right, sort of good on this. Now remember on this, because people will mix this up, okay, on the test, okay? Because they'll want try and move things left and right and everything else. Do your algebra and simplify it first so that it looks something nice like this before you even move it over, all right? So that's my advice to you for your test and for your assignment. Tristan, we're good? Yeah. Okay. All right, so 3C. Okay, so this says, oh, here we go. 3x squared plus 11x minus 10 is less than 2x squared plus 6x plus 4. Wonderful. All right, Summer, can you give me some advice on how to start this, please? Yeah, sure. Mr. Kemp, how are you? Oh, my students get their own. How many do you need? I might have a few. I have basketboards for plastic. Does that help? I'll see what I can do. If I find any, I'll send them in. Thanks. Okay, we'll go through this here, Mr. Kemp, is in an emergency. He needs graph paper. So I'll do this question quickly, and then we'll get going here. So this is x squared, hopefully plus 5x minus 14 is less than 0. Is that right? Yeah.
I just split everything over the left and then set to 0 and then simplified it all and then factored. Does that still work?
Yeah, and hopefully this is what I'm doing here, right? So everything's on the left, and we're all good, right? So I just did that in one step, though, right? So 3x minus 2x is 1x, 11 minus 6 is 5, and then negative 10 minus 4 is negative 14. Okay, so this should turn into then x plus 7, x minus 2 is less than 0. Okay, so far so good? Okay, so my roots here are going to be x equals negative 7 and x equals 2. Now, what I want here is I do my very, very rough sketch. There's negative 7, there's 2. And please note this is horribly rough, okay? So do not go home and show your parents this graph, okay? So there is that equation right there. So the question says here, what are we looking for in this case?
When it crosses the 0.
Yes, but more than that. You still don't cross 0, but more than that. Matt, that was half a hand.
When you're,
I know. No. Horribly, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Say, let's work together. Let's work together. Okay. No, this sign means below 0. So we want to know when the graph is below 0 instead of above. Okay, so if it's below 0, when's the graph below 0? Luke?
Between the two zeros.
Yeah. So if you look here, this is, basically I'm looking for this. That's when the graph is below 0. So I'm going to say -7 is less than x is less than 2. Right? Hopefully that's what the back of the book says there, okay? Right, so it's like the middle part. Like, because what we have to look for if it's above or below, right? So because it says less than 0, we're looking for the graph is negative, yes.
How do you know if you're looking for above it?
Well, that's the sign of lesson, right? So that means the graph is less than 0. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause the video. I have to save Mr. Kemp, and then I will keep going here, okay? All right. Momentarily. Can I get a brave soul? Who are we on here, by the way? Karen, I think it's you. Can you give me the first step to complete the square, please?
So would you take
Yeah. Good. Were you left with them? Never interrupt when you call. Yes. Yes. What is? Did I missed the wrong person then? Oh, sugar. All right, sorry. I'll check it once I give you a call then. Okay. Okay, so what hopefully you guys have, I'll fly through this quickly in terms of x squared minus 2x plus 1. All right, Owen, what do you do next, please?
So since there's a square in the bracket,
Yeah?
square root of 2.
Oh, okay, no. Remember that's this one, right?
Oh, okay.
Right? So we're going to do negative 2 over 2. I hope you guys haven't forgot this after 2 weeks of not doing it. All right, Adriel, what do I do now, please? Okay, so we change the add and subtract the box number. Great. Okay, Luke, what do you do now, please?
You multiply the -1 that's inside the bracket by the 2 that's outside the bracket.
All right, Emily, what is my final equation, please?
2x squared minus
Okay, you said x plus 1, it's got to be minus, right? Because that's right. And then plus 1. Sorry.
minus
Right vertex then is going to be 1, -1 and open stop. Okay, before I get to my lesson here, when would you complete the square? What point are we actually looking for? Vertex, good. Okay, what does the vertex give you on your parabola? Highest or lowest or max point. Okay, so our word problems we're going to be dealing with today involve maximums of graphs. Okay, I'm going to show you to begin with a faster way to find the maximum value, and you're going to hate me for this. Okay, because I tortured you with completing the square. It's in the curriculum that I had to torture with completing the square. This is the easy way to find the vertex, and that's today's lesson that we call. Word problems are the easy way to find the vertex. Okay, so let me just say this first of all. This is an optional method. Okay, you do not need to learn this. If you choose to do the difficult way to find the vertex, you may. I will not stop you, but this will save you a lot of time on your test. Okay, so in your final exam, so I'm going to do the quick way. Okay, the easy way to find the vertex is this. X is going to be negative b over 2a. What does negative b over 2a look like a little bit? Quadratic formula, right? So basically it's negative b plus or minus the square root of 0, right? So that would be the one interception. If I know my x value, how do you get your y value, do you think? Sub it in, right? So y is going to be f of negative b over 2a. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, oh, that equation looks awful, Mr. Sandler. You think that's easier than completing the square? Yes, I do. And I'll show you right now why it is. Okay, we just did this example, it took 5 lines, and there was some difficulty because with the pluses and the minuses and what's a positive, what's a negative, there's some trickiness here, especially when you get to fractions. I'm going to do it the new way right now. So example 1 is going to say, find the vertex of y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 1. Now just remember all that work we just did. Julia, I would like you to be brave, please. Let me know in general how I find x for our new vertex. X is going to be what? Nice and loud so everyone can hear. Very good. So x is going to be negative b over 2a. Wonderful. Okay, Julia, you're not done yet because that was the easy part. What is b going to be? Morning, Michelle. How are you? Wonderful, thank you. How can I help you? Yeah. You're done, you clear out? I don't believe it. Okay, thanks. All right, so negative b over 2a. Sorry to interrupt. So your b you said was what? Negative 4. Which is going to change this to be positive 4, right? It switches. Okay, a you said was 2 all over 2 times 2. We'll change to 4 over 4, which equals 1. But my x value is found instantly, which is nice. All right, Bailey, how do you get my y value then?
Y is equal to F and then second.
Yeah, so y is going to be f. Instead of calling it f of negative b over 2a, I'm just going to call it f of 1, right? Because that's what your x value is here then. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, it's going to be 2 bracket 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 1, which happens to be 2 minus 4 plus 1, which happens to be negative 1.
Well, which is
You didn't do the square.
A 1 squared we did first though, right? So 1 squared is 1, and then times 2 is 2. So my vertex is 1 and negative 1.
So, wait, can you,
Yeah, no problem.
oh, okay, I see what you did, you put it into the
Right.
equation.
So right, I just done, sorry, thank you, yeah, just to clarify. What I did was I plugged my 1 in for here for my x, okay? Now, is this easier, is this more difficult? So we'll have that test go good. Your hair's looking very blonde today, if you don't mind me saying. It is. You didn't say it was blonde, I think.
That's right.
Okay, so there's the quick way to find the vertex. Now, sorry, go ahead. Okay, so what, are we okay on the first part where I got the x from? Okay, so all I did then, once I had my x, was I subbed it into this equation. Right, so everywhere I saw my x as 1, I just subbed it in here and here. That's all I did then.
Oh, then what's the Y equals F minus?
This here, all I'm saying for this, this here, this just means is whatever your, like, okay guys, one second please. So all it is whatever this value is here, Carissa, just goes into here, that's all I'm saying. Right, so if this is 5, you just plug that for 5, and if it's 1, it's going to be this. Yeah.
So by finding the x value of the vertex, you just plug it into the original?
Yeah. Right on. So think this basically what the axis is like your axis of symmetry. That's what it is basically. Okay, right? So we basically put down the axis of symmetry. Somebody close that, please, before you run away. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about word problems now. Actually, I'm going to pause here and go before I get too far. Guys that just joined us here, I haven't signed